Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube. It's your girl Honey. Today we're talking about having your Venus in Aries. Now I'm regretting starting off with my Venus in Pisces video now, because the Venus in Aries literally would have kicked off the series. Venus in Aries placement is crazy. Like, it's so important that we talk about this and we expose it for all it is, okay? Because Venus in Aries is in detriment in Venus, and I will go into depth with that in a minute. But just to clarify, Venus is basically the planet of love. It's your passions. It's the kind of love that you desire. Venus is ruled by Taurus and Libra, and Aries is home to the first house on the natal chart. Okay, first house represents the house of self, your expression. It's your rising house where your ascendant is. And Aries is the ruler to Mars. Mars is going to be your reactions to things. Aries is very aggressive energies. It's masculine energy. So when you put that into Venus, Venus is female energy, it's feminine, and it's all about love, and being gentle and, very feminine. And when you put masculine Aries energy into it, it's like, it's demanding, it's physical, it's aggressive. It doesn't really work very, very well here, but I will express that further. Now, if you have your Venus in Aries, you will either be an Aries sun, a Taurus sun, or a Gemini sun, or a Pisces sun, or an Aquarius sun. Now, all of these sun signs express with their Venus a little bit different, but they all are very much attracted to Aries type of energy or relationships. So these people would be the kind of person that are very aggressive. I call them the hunters in relationships, or when it comes to meeting people, because they like to go deep in. And there is a very naivety about them, because, they tend to be attracted to someone based on the physical, all right? And the best way for me to describe that type of energy is you've got Scorpio, right? Scorpio is also the co-ruler to Mars, but it's the dark side to Mars, right? Aries is the light side, Scorpio is the dark side. And what Scorpio does is Scorpio likes to explore you, but below the surface, see what's going on behind all of your ego. And Aries is the ego. Aries is exalted in the sun. The sun is your ego. So Aries just sees the physical. Aries just sees what you're showing to the world, all right? And Aries will happily start a brand new, fresh relationship with you, if they are sexually attracted to you. If, they could be attracted to someone just because he's got a nice body, or he's got a nice smile, or he's got a nice, it could be anything, but it's going to be physical attraction, because that is what Aries is. Aries is physical energy. And because Aries is also very masculine, it's about the battle and fighting, they tend to have, the females tend to have a very, not the female, an Aries type of body. So someone who might be an Aries rising would have a very, I don't want to say masculine, but they would have, depending if Jupiter's in there, by the way, okay, because this changes the whole dynamics, or what aspects you've got to your ascendant. But anyway, Aries body would be shaped like very athletic, very toned, not very fuller figured, depending on also what's in your seventh house as well. I think Jupiter in there makes you a little bit more, bigger buildy and shit. But anyway, Aries energy is very athletic, and the men are attracted to a woman who is toned and she's athletic, and she probably does boxing or some type of fitness, right? And the women would be attracted to a man who is very toned, who's very athletic, very fit, very much into his sports and activities. Now, as I was just saying about Aries being involved in relationships based on the physical, they can be very, very aggressive sexually, because Venus, remember, it's also your sexual energy. And when you put Mars there, oh my God, like having your Mars and Venus in Aries, that is a nympho, all right? And like these people, these people are very, very aggressive in the bedroom. They tend to have very strong sexual energy and they like to create tensions. And what's so crazy is I'm an Aries sun, and a lot of this stuff I can relate to, but my love techniques is Pisces. Obviously, I love like a Pisces, right? The romance, fantasy, shit like that. But I see a lot of this like Aries energy. It's crazy. So when it comes to like creating tensions, Aries, Venus Aries people do this, and they create tensions with their partners, and they do this because they are attracted to drama. I don't want to hear it, okay? You guys know you are attracted to drama. And we will sit here and lie and say, yeah, I hate drama, I hate this. But listen, if you are actively involved in the drama and it's not so like draining, it's like it's an energy boost for you. And if you'll create drama with your partner, like for example, I did this, right? For example, this is what a typical Venus Aries person would do. I was arguing with my ex-boyfriend, and I was arguing with my boyfriend at the time, and he got so pissed off, he left the house. And I'm sitting here thinking, no, you're supposed to argue with me here. Don't leave the house. Don't walk out on me. Who does that? He left the house for a whole weekend to go to his mum's. So I'm trying to call him and I can't get through. And I have this energy in me where I have this drama that I want to release. It's like I need to release this drama, and it's got to be him. I'm sorry. He's the victim. It's going to have to be him. He started this, so boy. So anyway, I'm calling him. He's not answering the phone. Okay, you want to ignore me? Cool. You want to ignore me? Fine. I gathered all of his clothes, his shoes, his coats, his shirts, and I threw it outside in the rain, and I took a picture of it and I sent it to him, and I got a call within seconds. Clearly he saw the picture. He called me and he was very calm, and he was like, why are my clothes outside? Bring them back in the house. Stop being so silly. And I was taken back by that because I expected him to be very angry and rush home immediately to argue with me. Why did I want that? As an Aries, you are attracted to quick drama to create this tension because it gasses you up. And because we're so sexual, it also makes us want to make up immediately after. So I can argue with him. I was expecting him to come home immediately and argue with me and get in my face and, shout at me and be all dramatic, but he didn't. And after, if that would have happened, we would have had sex, make up sex, and I would have felt more like, oh my God, he likes me, he loves me. And this is what Aries, Venus people do, man. I don't know why we do it, but it's weird that we actually do that. It's an Aries thing. We also have this problem where we confuse drama and even physical abuse at times with affection, because it's just what we're used to. And when I say physical abuse, we could be receiving it or we could be giving it, but we confuse it with it's because I love them. Now, when someone doesn't feed into our drama, we get bored because Aries energy is very exciting. It's very free. It's passionate and it's very impulsive. So if someone's not feeding into the fact that, hey, like I'm creating drama right now, what are you gonna do about it? They are gonna have to just get up and go. We don't like being with people who are far too laid back for us, and you literally need to be someone who's exciting, who can feed into our drama, but also very much independent. Now, this is where it gets a bit different if you are male and if you are female, okay? Because I find when it comes to the female Venus and Aries energy, we cannot date a man we are not attracted to men who are feminine, okay? But this always varies if you've got a feminine moon. Your moon is going to be your emotions. So if you've got feminine moon, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, all right? These are feminine moons. And if you have a feminine moon, this may not apply to you because you're going to be a bit more feminine. So anyway, someone who has a feminine moon, someone who hasn't got a feminine moon, they're going to be attracted to a man who is masculine. You know, they won't go for someone who doesn't carry this energy because they are going to take advantage of him. You know, they will bully the shit out of him and they will treat him, you know, like he is Norbit. If you've seen that movie, that's what he's going to do. Now, you know, if it's a man, now the women carry a lot of masculine energy and they don't tend to be like the typical housewives inside a home, unless you're maybe a Taurus sun, right? Depends. But you're not going to be that typical housewife that carries all of the household duties and you want to tidy up and clean and cook. You know, it's boring to you. It's just dry. But if you are a man and you don't have the feminine moons, you are not going to understand feminine energy at all. And most likely you are going to be someone who not abuses, but someone who doesn't understand how to get in touch with your feminine side, right? And you're probably not going to treat women the best. With this Aries energy, because you're so masculine, Aries is very aggressive, it's very physical, and it's very difficult to understand women if you can't relate to their energy. Does that make sense? You're probably a male that is going to be doing a lot of sleeping around, a lot of promiscuous behaviors. Venus in Aries can make someone very, very promiscuous or just very physical, because you will have a high turnover of partners if you are, not even if, but Aries people get bored. So you're going to have partner after partner because you're physical. You want to feel this, you get this sexual gas from fucking people, you know, and you're going to have a high turnover of partners because you like that energy, that physicalness. And to be a male as well and to not have a feminine moon makes you someone who is very, very aggressive and attracted to aggressive type of females. When it comes to your self-expression, also as an Aries male, it's going to be done in a very aggressive type of way. So, and also depending on what your bloody Mars is in, if you've got an aggressive Mars, another fire Mars, a Sagittarius Mars, you're not going to be able to express in the manner that you really should be expressed. It's going to be very angry and aggressive and very physical, and you want to smash things and you just want to fuck someone, and you know it's crazy. Listen, it's crazy. It's cray. A lot of people also don't quite understand the emotions that Aries people have, because I've heard a lot of people say Aries are very emotionally unstable, and I don't like to hear that, okay? Because I don't know if I agree with that context, but I do get why they say it. Now, the thing is with Aries, because they don't harbour their feelings, Venus and Aries don't harbour their feelings, they tend to be, they tend to show this aggressive nature. It could be anger, like 1 minute, then the next minute it's all right, it's fine, it's all laugh and jokes. You know, it's like things didn't just happen. They get over things very, very quickly. And to some people that can be seen as very unstable, because it's not like consistent. Like today I'm going to be consistently angry, tomorrow I'm going to get a little bit less angry. It's more like, okay, 5 minutes from now I'm going to be fine kind of vibe. Now, like I said earlier, because Aries is the ego, it's exalted in the sun as well, having it in your Venus, you are someone who is very demanding, honey, okay? You are going to demand attention. You demand to be the first, to come first in your relationships, the women especially. You know, not even just, no, do you know what, fuck it. Aries, Venus, period. You guys demand to be first in your relationships. Like your partner may have a child with someone else and you got with them after this child, right? You're going to feel some type of way if your partner cannot be with you on that specific day that you want them to be, because they have to look after their child. You know, for you Venus, Aries people, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I come first. Like, why would you, like, why? Like, I'm not saying you would all do this, but this is very, very Venus in Aries like to behave in a selfish manner, because the first house represents the self. So you are going to have selfish tendencies, but dating someone who has other responsibilities outside of you is difficult. Now, what I've noticed is, when it comes to chasing your partners or pursuing someone, Aries Venus is very aggressive, honey. That's why you guys work so well with Leo energy, because Leos love the attention. They love that shit. And they love the attention because they are all about performing, and they want to feel good. They need the reassurance. And as an Aries Venus person, you go in and you show that Leo exactly, how good looking they are. And you tend to go in based on looks anyway. And that is enough to sustain your relationships because you are so physical. I have been told so many times, oh, honey, you're so vulgar. Why do you swear so much? Bitch, because I do, okay? That's why. It's very Aries to be very vulgar and to swear a lot and to have a very coarse manner. Your mannerism is very coarse. And when it comes to the women going for the guys that they like, they can be very assertive, very, very direct. And these people tend to initiate into sex as well. And they initiate because they are a cardinal sign. So cardinal signs tend to initiate things. And also being an Aries, you are hella assertive and hella direct. Now, one thing which I love about this energy, I relate to this as well. Like, Aries Venus people, whenever they meet someone, it's the physical side that may really draw them towards that person. But when that person tells you, look, hey, I feel self-confidence because of this situation, that Aries person is going to be like, you know what, yeah, you shouldn't even be feeling that kind of way. Let me tell you how you should be feeling. Let me help you. Let me do Aries just wants to motivate you. Why? Because they are the self motivators, honey. They motivate themselves by getting out of any form of deep rooted depression, unless they've got a Saturn squaring somewhere. Who knows? God. Yeah, Saturn squaring their sun or something, who knows, right? But anyway, these people are going to really push their partners into feeling confident. And this is a way of them being that hero, because Aries and Leo like to play this hero kind of vibe. They just love, I want to help you, I want you to be great. And they put their partners on pedestals. This is what they do. They make their partners, they try to make their partners better by pushing them to do more, because Aries is cardinal. They're all about doing shit. Oh, God. You know what? Venus Aries. I kind of feel that when Aries gets into their relationships, they go balls deep. And they go balls deep and they put in 100%. Why? Because they are cardinal. Why? Because they are motivators. Why? Because they go in naive. Okay? And they go into these relationships and they put their all in, and not realizing that, okay, I'm putting my all in, but I'm also expecting the other person to put their all in as well. And this is where Aries gets things wrong, because you may be putting in 150% effort, but that person may not. But you will expect that person to be putting in the effort that you're putting in. And this is where you guys get really, really hurt. If someone's not putting in that work, that effort that you put in, and you find out and you're betrayed, this is where it really buns you. For real, you guys are just, it will hurt you so much, because why would I put in all of this effort? And then two is what are you going to do? You're going to go out and probably fuck someone else to get over the last person, and you're going to try and get over the situation. It's such a vicious cycle at times. Not for everyone, but at times it can be a very vicious cycle. Now, how does Aries show affection? And I've mentioned it so many times in this video, but you know, Venus and Aries people do need to work on being a lot more gentle, you know, caress your partners, stroke them, you know, do special cute little things for them a lot more. But the way they show affection is basically through sex. It's all very physical for them. So a lot of the time they can be seen as, well, you know, he only wants me for my vagina, or she only wants me for my penis, or blah blah blah. But this is how they show their affection to their partners, is by having sex with them. I feel like when these people also, because I find Aries energy, it's complementary, not even complementary. I'm gonna stop saying that shit. But its opposite is Libra energy. Okay, and when you have when you're dating a Libra, you tend to not have the patience for it. And you haven't got the patience because Libra is always searching, 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 searching. And Aries is always found. Aries is like, okay, I've met this guy. Okay, I'm going to go after him. I want him. Libra has to suss things out with this person while they're sussing things out with that person, this person, that person, right? So Libra is forever searching, and also they're very indecisive. They take a very long time to make a decision, but it's all about weighing out the scales, and they tend to make very good decisions because they take their time. Whereas Aries, Venus Aries is very impulsive, and they make decisions, and they can be very naive, and they tend to go, you know, with their heart on their sleeve into situations, which is quite, you know, oh, Aries, you know, they tend to just go balls deep into stuff. And dating a, you know, a Libra Venus person, or even a Libra person, can be very, very stressful for them because they have not got the time to wait for Libra to make a fucking decision. You know, you want me, I'm right here, take me as I am, you know. And Aries just can't take that that Aries has not got that patience, ain't got the time to be with a Libra who wants to take forever to make a fucking decision. Now, what I've noticed is Aquarius, some people who have their Venus in Aries. Now, I've said this thousands of times on my channel in regards to Aquarius energy, and I will argue with you guys until the cows fucking come home, okay? But Aquarius energy, you guys need to understand that, yes, you have an element of detachment. You know, it's what happens to you guys. Don't take it to offense. It's just how things are. Everyone has positive and negative traits. But when it comes to the sun sign in Aquarius, what I've noticed is when you have your Venus in Aries, the Aries is what gives you that passion, because you guys have a lot going on in here, but you cannot seem to express it properly. And this is why people look at you as being detached. And what the Venus and Aries gives you is that sense of passion and being able to express better, you know. And I feel that this just gives the Aquarius, this gives the Aquarius sun that additional piece of energy that Aquarius needs to be seen as, you know, as passionate. Because when you speak to an Aquarius and you ask them, you know, what are you passionate about? Well, I don't know. There's just a few things. Very monotone. You know, you can never quite tell what they're passionate about. But throw in the Aries mix in there. Hey, you know, you can hear the passion and feel it and see it in their relationships, right? When you've got, oh my God, you are Gemini with a Venus and Aries Venus. Gemini is like very into variety and different things. And I don't look at having that their Venus and Aries as a very good combination when it comes to getting into relationships, because Gemini is very about variety anyway, and Aries is about wanting an independent, fun-loving partner. And they can be very intense, but like to put these two mixes together, oh, you've got Pisces. Pisces is in conflict with Aries, in my opinion, because Pisces is all about selflessness. It's all about being romantic with your partner and fantasizing about stuff, right? And you put it with the Aries and the Venus, and Aries also with Pisces. Pisces likes to be taken care of in their relationships, you know. But then when you mix it with the Aries, it it just creates a conflict, because Aries likes independent partners, and Venus in Aries tends to be an independent person anyway, so it just creates a conflict. And then you've got the Taurus. Now, Taurus is very laid back, and when I think of Taurus and Aries together, all that comes to mind is aggression, and in some cases, abusive, particularly more so if it's a male, because Taurus energy is very laid back energy. You would never think a Taurus male is very much abusive anyway. But when you get them mad, Taurus, and you put the Aries in there, very physical energy anyway, it definitely adds, a whole load of conflict, period, And then you've got Aries Sun and Venus in Aries. These people, having your Venus next to your Sun, it definitely just amplifies. Is the word amplifies? Expand is the word expand. When you have your Venus next to your Sun, it definitely just gives you a stronger Aries type of energy anyway, because Aries is the ego. The Sun is the ego, and your Venus is next to your Sun, so you're going to be very assertive, very Aries, very assertive, very direct. Anything next to any planets next to the Sun in the same sign is literally going to make you more of what you really are. It just empathizes. Is it empathize? No, it's not empathize. I forgot what the fucking word is. So anyway, that is my video on Venus in Aries. I'm so sorry it was so long. This video, I had to touch base on everything. So I hope you guys have thoroughly enjoyed it. Please check out my series on Venus through the signs. And I will see you on the next one, people. Take care. Have a wonderful day.